Situated on the southwest tip of Ireland, where the Atlantic meets the unforgiving mountains and coastline, lies a landscape sculpted by wind and rain. A region known for its rugged beauty and abundant marine life. Fin whales, humpback whales, minke whales, dolphins and porpoises visit West Cork's coastal waters at different times throughout the year. Atlantic grey and harbour seals breed on the small islands dotted along the coast, while many bird species make the waters around the islands of West Cork a summer home, prior to their autumn migration south over the equator. During the course of this series, I'll not only be looking at the marine life that lives here, I'll also be asking, why is this region such a magnet for some of the world's most incredible marine species, and how we can all do our part in conserving the environment here in what is a truly wild West Cork. Lying on the banks of the River Island, the market town of Skibbereen is characterised by its many colourful traditional buildings and shop fronts, and is now at the forefront of digital technology. The town, however, has a dark past. It was devastated by the Great Famine of the 1840s and 50s, and lies close to the infamous famine burial pits at Aberstrewery, which hold the remains of up to 10,000 unidentified victims. A permanent famine exhibition is on display at the Heritage Centre, where visitors can learn about the human tragedy that befell the local population during this period. More recently, Skibbereen has been in the news for more joyous reasons. Formed in 1970, Skibbereen Rowing Club has produced many of Ireland's top rowers, including the O'Donovan brothers, who claimed a lightweight double scull silver medal in Rio, Ireland's first Olympic medal in the sport of rowing. The club's success continued in 2017 as they pocketed 3 gold medals at the World Rowing Championships. River rowing, however, is not the only form of the sport which is practiced in West Cork. I've come to the village of Glandore, about 12 kilometres east of the town of Skibbereen, to find out about coastal rowing, a sport that is increasing in popularity both here in the West Cork region and elsewhere in Ireland. Kilmacabea Rowing Club is one of a number of local coastal rowing clubs based in West Cork. It has a thriving membership and has achieved success in several competitive events since its formation in 2002. It previously existed as Glandore Harbour Rowing Club. There is a rich history of rowing in Glandore Harbour, and reports in the Southern Star talk of rowing races taking place there as far back as the late 1800s. The club's most recent success came at the Irish Indoor Rowing Championships in Limerick, where its medal tally consisted of 3 golds, a silver and a bronze.
Our club has had a bit of a revival this past year, because we weren't in competition the previous year, so there was a bit of a push on the past year, a good revival, and we had quite a bit of success. We'd won one team in particular, our veteran ladies crew, and they won the South West Championship here in West Cork. They won the Cork County final, and they went on to win the All-Ireland final as well, so they won the triple. But not only that, not only winning their age category, they also won the South West Championship for the senior ladies as well. So they were a big success story this past year. But also, I suppose at the other end of things, our under 12s, who were very new, very young, they made great strides. So it'll be a few years yet before they're up winning, but they did great work this past year and put in good work for the years to come. everything is done voluntarily, so the experienced rowers tend to step in, those who have the time, to help out and coach the younger kids. So it's all, it can be very informal sometimes, and so we're very lucky now in recent months that 4 of our volunteer coaches were able to do formal training through Rowing Ireland, so they're now qualified coaches on the first step of the coaching ladder. So that's going to help formalise our training a bit more, but it's all about volunteering and people giving up their time, but it's brilliant just to see the enjoyment that the kids get out of it. That's what I love about it anyway myself when I'm coaching them. It's just helping them see themselves progress. They're doing something worthwhile, they're out in the fresh air, and it's just great to see them enjoying it and making new friends.
Well, it's very nice here. I mean, when you come down, the sun comes over the hills over there and it shines, and it looks like it's shining right upon you. And then when you go out, you got this lovely bay out here full of beautiful water, and you can look out and you can see the 2 islands.
We wanted to know, where did the sport originate and how was it governed? I spoke to Danny Hayes, who is the current chair of the South West Rowing Association.
Rowing in West Cork started off really as was part of the livelihood of fishermen. They would have had rowing boats, and it basically they were over time they were used for racing. The sport, I guess, kind of moved on. Then about 40 years ago, there was a movement by a number of people to try and formalise an association to try and, I guess, set down some rules for regattas. And the first meeting of the South West Coast Yawl Rowing Association happened in 1978, and from there the sport really took off. The sport probably is far different now from where it started off. Originally, when racing started first, you would have had maybe the boats would have lined up. They would have gone out to a turning buoy, a single buoy, and there would have been a scramble to get around that buoy and get back to the finish line. Nowadays, each crew in a race is allocated a lane. They have their own turning buoy, so they leave from a start line, they go to a turning buoy, and they return to the finish line, which is at the same point as the start line. So it's great for spectators. They get to see the boats leaving the harbour and coming back in again to the finish line. It really seems to be kind of ingrained. It's almost in our DNA in West Cork. I don't think there's not a village nor a town along the coast of West Cork that it doesn't have a rowing club, and it's fantastic the way that the tradition continues to this day.
What's the difference between coastal rowing boats and river rowing boats?
I guess the difference would be that our boats would be more suitable for the choppier waters that we're going to see out in the harbours and out in the high seas. I guess river boats are more designed for more placid conditions where you wouldn't see that much wind. We row on fixed seat boats, and you'll see some clubs and some crews will slide on the seats, trying to get that length in the stroke.
Over the winter period, the club holds social rows every Sunday. This provides an opportunity for those who are interested in learning the sport to come along and have a go. The club caters for all ages, from youngsters of 10 years old to youngsters of more senior age.
I've just been invited down to go out with the Kilmacabea Rowing Club. I don't know what it's going to be like, but I've rowed a punt before, but never one of these boats, so it's going to be a hell of an experience. never had so much fun in all my life. It was absolutely fantastic. And the guys and gals were so welcoming. It's been a fantastic experience.
Coastal rowing may not be as well known as its river rowing cousin, but it holds a special place in the hearts of the people of West Cork. And for some, it's more than just a sport.
It isn't all about winning, it is about the people you meet along the way. There's youngsters, there's children, there's everyone out there performing at their best. They mightn't be winning, but they're giving everything they have. And it is great to see when there's a group of children that you're involved in, and they're coming along and they're developing and they're rowing to the best of their ability. And then they start coming up the ladder. And for them, it's great, but for me watching on, it's even better.
Kids are the backbone of any club. I mean, they are the future of the clubs, and it's important to nurture that interest and make it, you work hard at it, you train hard, but you also have to make it fun. And it's a sport at the end of the day, and once they enjoy it, they have fun together, that'll create excitement, it'll create enthusiasm, determination, and when you see those kids working hard together, they work for each other and they see results. That in itself is fantastic.
Next time, we will be looking back over the past 12 months in a special end-of-year edition of Wild West Cork.